Hey, it's June 2nd. What day is it? It's Thursday, about 7:20 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. You know, I talked a long time ago about trying to find some cacao nibs, which are, cacao is the bean that chocolate's made from, and basically they roast it and chop it up, and before they make chocolate out of it, what you have is the cacao nibs. And when you open a package, it smells of chocolate, like a dark chocolate. Here, let me show you what they look like. Well, I'll pour some in here. Okay. See that? I'll put it in my hand and show you. That's easier. They look like little, let me turn this around. See? They kind of look like little tiny lava rocks, maybe like pop rocks or something. You know, that candy that you put in your mouth and it pops. Anyhow, I've been reading and reading about them, and finally I decided I would do something with them. So it took me a while to find these. These are Sun Foods, Superfoods, Organic Sweet Cacao Nibs. Yacon coated cacao nibs. Yacon. What is that? That's some sort of a sweetening thing. And it's on here somewhere. It's some sort of syrup stuff. Anyway, so I've got some in here, but I'm set up over here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind them up with some milk because, like, here, I don't know if you can hear this. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if you could hear that crunch, but they don't dissolve. Okay? I'm going to put about 3 ounces of milk here, almond milk. And I've got my immersion blender. We'll see if it'll chop it up. I'm going to stand away. Well, I'll put my hand here. I don't want to get splashed. Let's see, is it doing it? Oh yeah, it's chopping it up. So like I said, these don't dissolve. They would have to be in a powder form, like very fine powder, just like cocoa powder is. All right, let me see if this, well, here, can you see? It's just sort of formed, well, like a bunch of smaller chopped up cacao nibs is all I can say. I don't know, but we'll give it a try anyway. It might actually work out better to sprinkle it on top of the coffee. I don't know. You know, we're doing an experiment here together. Okay, let me unplug this thing. Let me pop the milk back in the fridge. Okay, oh, come on, milk, back in there. There we go. Okay, so let's move over here to our usual place. And I get the coffee frother here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in, and you can see some, you know, there's particles in there of various sizes. I don't know if, as this froths up, if it's gonna get all stuck in the whisk. Hang on a second. Here, the lighting works better that way. Okay, now before I froth this, let me go ahead, well, I guess I'll do it in a lungo cup, which is about 5 ounces. And since this is chocolatey, Oh, you know what I think it would be good with? The other day I had some aged Sumatra, and that was just, it just tasted like a good all-around coffee to me. It has, I don't know, it's definitely not like Napoli or India, but it has a strong, a full of character flavor. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and brew the coffee into here to get the rest of these little bean particles out of here, or nib particles. By the way, there's all sorts of health claims for using cacao nibs, but let me tell you what, in my opinion, yeah, you could add some to your diet and maybe it'll help with this or that. A lot of these claims that say may help this or may help that or may help prevent this or that. The point is, you just need to eat healthy. You know, there's no way, like when you eat cacao nibs, you use like a teaspoon or so. You don't eat them by the handful. Anyway, okay, let me brew this coffee here. So this is aged Sumatra being brewed as an espresso. And just kind of turning this around to get all the little nibs out. Oh, I'm gonna start the milk frothing. And, you know, since that whisk in there is basically like a little spring, hopefully all those nibs are not just gonna get stuck on the inside of that spring. Okay, so there's my espresso. Oh, I guess I could, you know, undoubtedly some of the sweetness and the chocolatiness of the cacao nibs will come out into the espresso or whatever liquid it's in, but it's not going to dissolve like cocoa powder does. Okay, so yeah, like we can see there's still some little chunks in there. Okay, I don't even know if this will froth up because the cacao nibs and the sweetener, that syrupy stuff that's on the outside of them, may prevent it from frothing. Looks like it might not froth. Okay, well, it'll be heated up anyway. And we'll still proceed with this and see what happens. I mean, this is an experiment happening now, right before your eyes. And okay, it's done. It did not, well, it frothed a little bit, okay? So look at this. Yeah, we have, whoa, okay, a little bit of froth. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Oh, I should taste this. All right. So basically, there's little tiny particles that have to be chewed. Oh my goodness. Let's see, are there any left in here that we can see? Yeah, okay. Let me turn the phone around here for you. Okay, so where'd that go? Okay, see that little dark thing right there? That is one of the nibs that did not get very chopped up. Alrighty. So, I think that honestly, this would be nicer if, let me go get that bag of nibs. Okay. I was kind of afraid this might happen, but I think what might be nicer is to just get a few nibs and just sprinkle them on top of your, here. Sprinkle them on top of your coffee. I didn't put many on there. It doesn't look very nice, but there's enough in there. You know, and it's kind of decorative. And then when you're drinking the coffee and you get some in your mouth, and it's a little bit of a bitter, chocolatey coffee flavor. Let me try this again. Oh, here, let me show you this. How do we do that? Oh, there. See? You can see all that stuff sitting on the bottom. So, okay. I would say that this is definitely something not worth trying. I've done it for you, and unless you like to have slightly gritty little particles of stuff in your coffee. Gee, I hate it that I wasted one of those aged Sumatra. Well, maybe I can let it all sink to the bottom. Let's see. You know, I gotta tell you know, Dairy Queen, they make a chocolate chip shake. And when they mix it all together, you end up with little tiny particles of chocolate all through it. The kind of particles that you can chew, and you chew them, and it kind of coats your teeth, and it's yummy. This doesn't do that because these particles don't dissolve or get creamy like chocolate does. These stay. Oh, I've got them all under my tongue and everywhere. Okay, so if you're going to use these, what I would say is... Oh, there you are. Okay. What I would say is you need to grind them up into a powder and brew them with ground coffee. And then you'll get, I guess, all these benefits that they claim about them. And, yeah, and the taste. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I think that I would prefer to just use this. Yeah, 100% cacao. Hershey's Cocoa. Okay, so that's it. I finally used the cacao nibs. You know, they were a little bit expensive. I think it might have been $5 or $6 for this bag. How much is in it? 4 ounces. Of course, like I said, you use it by the teaspoon, okay? Does have some caffeine. I think it's got maybe 5 milligrams of caffeine in 1 teaspoon. That's a measuring teaspoon, a level measuring teaspoon. It's got 15 calories. That's a lot of calories for just a teaspoon of something, but if all you're gonna have is a teaspoon's worth, you know, then that's okay, that's reasonable. Okay, anyhow, so like I said, you can Google cacao nibs and read all sorts of wonderful health benefits it supposedly has, but let me tell you, the best health benefits are from having a balanced diet, moderation in all things. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go dump this out and make some regular coffee. Oh, and you know, I said, did they all get caught in the spring? I don't know. Yeah, there's nibs in the spring there. I'll go wash everything out, start again without these. Have a good day.